Very quickly, I want your take on this priest in Saginaw, Michigan, Father Edwin Dwyer, who was relieved of his duty for trying to incorporate more reverent elements into his weekly Mass. He was bringing back some of the Latin. He had incorporated chant.
I know. I was furious when I read this story. As far as I can work out, this priest was gently trying to make the worship in his church more Catholic. And I say gently because he wasn't introducing the traditional Latin Mass.
No.
As far as I know, he wasn't suggesting that they suddenly start worshipping ad orientem,
right,
which would be a bit of a culture shock for the parishioners. I read this as the establishment of the parish, the older liberal establishment of the parish, very unhappy with a very vigorous return to tradition and orthodoxy by inquisitive young people who are looking for Mass and for the church to become, excuse the jargon, a sacred space,
right,
which is very, very distinctively different from the outside world, as opposed to this horrible 1970s style worship with music that, I call it Joan Baez meets Hildegard of Bingen in a 1970s cocktail lounge. I mean, even when I was young, we hated it. I mean, just honestly. And this bishop has furthermore suggested that people who want traditional worship, by which he just means Mass done properly,
right,
according to the rubrics of the new Missal and the rules of Vatican II, should be herded off, you know, and have a Mass which accommodates their exotic desires for Catholic Mass. Well, I'd suggest the opposite. Maybe that there could be a sort of Summorum Pontificum in reverse, where the old liberals could be herded off and do their sort of Donny Osmond masses, and priests could be found to learn the strange worship songs which you never encounter in the outside world.
No,
and are quite hideous.
It's
really one of my bugbears.
It's a bizarre story, and I agree with you.
We're going to see more of this because these people will not let go. And I wonder if it's the parishioners, or I wonder if it's a little group of empowered parishioners who've been running the show for ages. Priest friends of mine find this problem when they take over a new parish.
But
there's a group of lay people who are ministers of this, that, and the other, think they can call the shots, and think they know what's good for everybody else.
Well, Jamie, the troubling thing is,
like a 1970s Christmas special.
The troubling thing is here, the priest was trying to reach out to young parishioners, and they were excited about learning chant. People were excited about the whole.
Bishop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what freaked out the bishop. But notice that the bishop also removed this poor priest from his job as a chaplain at the university. Is the bishop, and he's not even the bishop of the diocese, he's the apostolic administrator. Is the bishop worried that young people might be contaminated by being introduced to the riches of the Catholic liturgical tradition, which, by the way, is one of the things that we at the Catholic Herald celebrate with the greatest joy?